On their third attempt at an approach at Wichita, William Wyatt issued Astra 81 mileage from the airport every few miles to aid the flight crew in maintaining their descent profile. Thankfully, as you just saw in the replay, Astra 81 was able to finally land safely. During a post-landing phone call, the pilot revealed that their IFR equipment was not functional, and they had 12 minutes of fuel remaining. They were unsure if they would be able to make another approach attempt after attempting the one they were finally able to land on. The team of members at Wichita also revealed that they were discussing options for where they could vector Astra 81 should the crew have to ditch the aircraft to minimize damage or injuries on the ground. We contacted the crew of Astra 81 with an invite to make it tonight, but due to a scheduled mission, they were unable to make it. We are honored, however, that pilot in command that you heard on the replay, Captain Andrew DeCiccio, was able to provide us with a brief video interview on what his perspective of that evening was. Let's check it out.
On ILS to one left, and everything is vanilla, right? Everything we have, everything set up in the jet properly, everything's good. And when we get up to the final approach fix for one left at McCall, and I noticed that my glide slope indicator in the jet isn't coming alive. It's a red little glide slope on, which means that we're not getting a proper signal. So we get back around for another approach. And again, we weren't getting any glide slope in there. And so after 2 or 3 attempts into McConnell, they asked if we wanted opposite direction, but I was like, no. And I said, let's go to Wichita International. I know that if there are aircraft that are diverting there, they're landing there. And so I know 100% that their ILS is working. And yeah, it just wasn't coming in, right? It was a while without getting a little choked up with it. It was a pretty wild moment, right? Where we come in, ILS isn't working, and so at that point I knew that it was my jet's equipment that's malfunctioning. And in this moment, I told my operator, I asked her to make sure to see if there's any circuit breakers or pods that we could potentially maybe recycle, anything that could help us out in this moment. And she said that there was nothing wrong with the circuit breakers, everything's good. And so, in this moment, we're kind of like, okay, well, what do we do? And my co-pilot brought up the idea of using our approach. The controllers, honestly, were being so helpful. I'm so thankful. I mean, they were doing everything that they could, right? I mean, I was giving them as much info as I could, making the best decisions as I could at that point. They were providing incredible vectors as far as, distance to the airport, direction. They were giving me alternate airfields I could land at. But it was, I was like, well, with the current fuel state that I have, I don't really want to try to go anywhere else. First approach on the RNAV, I remember for some reason the equipment wasn't cycling properly. It was at that moment I was flying the jet, and I was trying the best I could in that moment to keep my crew calm. And there's only so much you can do, but just keeping them calm, keeping the emotion out of it, and just getting through this experience together, right? Phenomenal. They were saying, hey, sir, you're right on course, right on center line. Keep it coming down, right? And I'm having my co-pilot backing me up on all the altitudes in the area to make sure that we were abiding by any step down the nose. And then all of a sudden, broke out through the weather. You see the runway, you see all the lights, and I said, thank you, Jesus, we brought it in. How's that? Incredible job, I can say. They helped out so much that day, and I'm so thankful.
brothers and sisters, this save exemplifies the detail-oriented teamwork of the controllers that work at Wichita Tower and Tracon. Even when the situation was dire, they never stopped working or looking for options, and everyone was focused on what they could do to make this situation a success. Thanks to everyone's training and selfless work ethic, Asteroid 1 and its crew was able to land safely. As you can tell, there were several members involved that evening, and 2 of our award winners were unfortunately unable to make it tonight.
Go ahead.
So we send a heartfelt